Hello dears, and welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Anna, where we'll let you know a lot of interesting and useful information for your future holidays here in Benidorm and in general in Spain. The best news is that, as you can see, the sun is officially back to our region. Let's start today's news update with the situation. As you know, there has been quite a big change in terms of masks indoors as well as travel restrictions, which is the thing that a lot of you were waiting for. Masks indoors will officially be over on the night from 19th to 20th of April. So starting from 00 midnight on 20th of April officially, there is absolutely no need to wear the masks indoors, except for the three major cases. One of them is the public transport, as buses might be, for example, trains, trams, etc. As well as suppose that in the airplanes they might ask you to put a mask on if a lot of people are sitting near you. The second point is in the hospitals and clinics. Obviously, there are people who are slightly more vulnerable because of some health issues they might have, which is why mask there is still going to be obligatory. And the third part is the third age homes, resident homes, where obviously people are older than 60, which is why they tend to have slightly more of the health issues. Everything else, mask might be just recommended but not obligatory anymore. Travel restrictions have been relaxed for non-vaccinated people. As you all know, and as you've all been asking me about, people coming from European Union and Schengen zones and safe countries to travel were able to choose between the antigen test, the PCR test, the recovery certificate, or the vaccination certificate. And they needed obligatory to register at the travel form on the official Spanish website, which is spth.gov.es, to obtain the form. However, right now, it's not going to be the case anymore like this. Third countries still needed to provide only vaccination or recovery certificate in order to arrive to Spain. Now everything has changed already from Wednesday, 6th of April, so 2 days ago. What will be happening is everyone from all parts of the world can choose how they wish to travel. Right now, even those of you who are non-vaccinated and are proceeding from third countries like UK might be, don't need to be vaccinated to travel to Spain anymore. You can travel with the same PCR test, 72 hours, with the antigen test or lateral flow fast testing system, as well as with the recovery certificate. What is happening with the traveling form in general? So those of you who are fully vaccinated do not need to register on the traveling form in Spain anymore. It's fully enough with your national health system certificate or the code, whatever you have from there. If your vaccination is still valid, you can travel with it. You don't need to register on the Spanish website no longer. For less than 12 years old, obviously, you also don't need to register anymore. You can just travel as you did 2 years ago before the pandemic hit us. All the rest who are still coming with the PCR or with the antigen testing, you will need to fill in this form. However, it's quite easy, it's very simple, very intuitive, and it's just to obtain the QR certificate to be able to travel and come to Spanish airport. Once you're here in Spain, no one is asking for these certificates. So two major steps basically were done in these last couple of days. First of all, mask elimination starting from 19th to 20th of April indoors, which was the last major restriction that we had in Spain. And the second measure is to relax and ease slowly but surely people who can travel in here, non-vaccinated ones, as well as who needs or don't need to fill in the traveling form. So it's quite probable that it's just a matter of time for when traveling forms will disappear completely from our lives. The second news that I wanted to share with you all is coming, of course, from our lovely Benidorm town. Right now, British tourists are more than national Spanish tourists in our lovely town for the first time since 2020, which was basically when all the restrictions and all the pandemics has started, which is just amazing data. From all the international tourists, British tourists are around 44-45%. Almost all destinations here in Valencian community are open and available, waiting for tourists to come. For example, Valencia town as it is and general Costa Blanca region has almost 100% of opened establishments, which are hotels, apart hotels, just regular touristic apartments, campsites and private rentals for short term. In Benidorm right now it's around 90%. There are still a few hotels that are waiting to be open. For example, the Mediterranean Hotel, which is situated right in front of the Benidorm Palace, and a few more of them, including the Magic Costa Blanca hotels chain that will be shortly opening up in the couple of weeks. Starting from this weekend, we officially start the Semana Santa, which is the Easter week. Officially, it's from 10th until 17th of April. However, during this weekend, everything will be open and children are still going to school. If you're coming on the next week, you need to be careful with the days of 14th, 15th and 18th of April, which is when we officially have bank holidays. That means that all these shopping centers, gym, different businesses will be closed and you won't be able to come in, especially if you need to go to a bank or a specific place in here. So do it before these days will come. As for the hosteleria, don't worry about that because all bars, restaurants, cafeterias, everything that has to do with food or drinks here will be still open since it's a very touristic area, and these are the strongest days in April, which is when a lot of businesses can recover their economy. So don't worry, everything will be open except for other type of businesses here in the zone on these days of 14th, 15th and 18th. And the last news is about the most famous beach in Benidorm of all times, and obviously it's the Levante Beach. As you all know, this area was constructed in around early 90s here in Benidorm, and all the light system, everything was done back then. It's quite old, a lot of light bulbs are not working anymore. The cable has some quite serious issues, I must say, and it's already damaged because there's been decades and decades since it was last reformed and fixed. So finally Benidorm has approved a new project to change completely the light system on the first line of the Levante Beach. The sad thing about this is that all these famous light bulbs that we have around Benidorm will disappear. However, it will be substituted by way better light systems. Obviously, Benidorm will spend around 2 million euros only for the phase 1, which is the first half of the Levante Beach, and the second half will cost around 2.5 million euros more. It will be done in around next 5 months, I would say. So if you will be coming towards the end of this year, you will be already able to see the huge change on the Levante Beach. Benidorm Municipal Hall did not show the exact design of all the new light system. However, what they do say is that it will be substituted by huge light panels, which will have the regulated light that they will be regulating by a system. It's called Smart Light of Benidorm, as well as being able to change colors and intensity of those, which means that on the most important and significant times, they will be able to even make different specific patterns in order to make it more special for all the visitors and tourists of Benidorm. Obviously, we will be there, we'll be checking and monitoring all this process, and once it will be done, I will show you the final results so that you could compare it to what we have right now. Benidorm is transitioning towards more LED light, more energy saving type of illumination and methods, which is great, as well as to eco-friendly type of tourism. It's modernizing itself year by year, offering new experiences and nicer and more attractive areas, which definitely are attracting way more people each year to our lovely Benidorm town and surrounding area. And now let's talk about the weather. As you can see, it basically does not need any presentation. It's very sunny, nice and warm here today. It's the sunniest and the warmest day in around a month or so here in the region. By the way, today we are on the lovely and calm beach of Albir, situated just 10 minutes away from Benidorm. Today there will be only just a little bit of clouds and might be a slight rain on the north parts of Spain. However, all the rest will be perfect and sunny. Just a few alerts due to strong wind, but here it's just perfect. Up until Tuesday next week, more or less, we'll have an amazing and sunny weather. However, on Tuesday it might be slightly cloudy and we can expect just a tiny bit of light rain. Maybe it will not even be the case. We'll see closer towards Tuesday. The temperatures are just lovely and they are proper of the month of April already. Today here we expect to have around 24 degrees in Albier, Altea, Alicante and lovely Benidorm. In Alicante 24, Barcelona even warm as well, 22 degrees, Granada 20, Malaga 24, Sevilla 22, Madrid 17, Murcia 24, Balearic Islands 21, Canarian between 21 and 23 and Valencia today hits a record of the spring, 25 degrees. The temperatures will be more or less the same these days, and by Tuesday they will get up until 19 plus 18, but still it's amazing weather to be able to go out, sit down on a lovely terrace and enjoy some nice drink, or just have a lovely walk enjoying the views. And why not come to the beach for sunbathing, because even in Albier they've officially put all these sunbeds, so the season is on. These were the latest news from Spain and our lovely Benidorm region. I hope you enjoyed watching them. I wish you a lovely and positive start of a new weekend, and we will see each other on Sunday when I will be showing you one of the most emblematic, one of the most authentic restaurants and cafeteria here in Benidorm that you just must visit during your stay. We will have a full review and try all the new meals. So see you then. Bye.